Welcome back on our new channel, Raw Baby Mom and Dad. Today I will just talk about my labor, hoping to make the story very short, and my pregnancy, raw vegan pregnancy. So last year, 1 year and a half, I got pregnant. I was really happy. We were very happy. We already knew that we wanted a child. We already knew what will be her name. We already knew that it will be a girl. And the day I got pregnant, I knew it as well. We just made some tests later on to be sure, of course. But it was something very intuitive and very almost spiritual at that time. But I thought that being a raw foodist on an 80-10-10 diet, drinking a lot of green juices as well, being really detoxified, etc., my pregnancy will be just wonderful. But not. I had a terrible nausea during the whole first trimester, and I was just able to stomach pineapple, even a very crappy pineapple, organic pineapple that I tried to eat. It was acidic. It was the only thing that helped to ease the nausea, and strawberries, not a lot. I had also some dried figs from time to time, and being unable to stomach anything. I wasn't vomiting, but I had such nausea. 24 hours for 24 hours. 7 days for 7 days. I was even waking up in the night from nausea. So I got some bracelets that are working on this point here, and that is anti-nausea point. It helped a lot. I wore them all the time. And I also had some essential mint oil, peppermint oil. Don't be afraid, it's quite well tolerated during pregnancy as well. So I had that just in a little bit of honey. I prepared a few drops of peppermint oil in a little bit of honey, and I just munch on it in my mouth to feel better. I was taking fresh ginger tea and eating fresh ginger. So I was a bit desperate about my nutrition intake. That was not really adequate. I'm not a thick person, so I don't have a weight to lose. And I tried some cooked food. First some grains, but it was terrible. I tried even bread. I even tried some rice, etc. So I started eating some rice. That was the only thing that I could stomach, and maybe some cooked greens. And green beans. That was interestingly a food that could come down easily. So I started eating some cooked food at that time. But any other food that I tried, the bread, chickpeas, and all that stuff, gluten-free pasta even, and all these things, that way made these things only worse. And after 4th month, I felt really great. I was able to doing some sport. I was doing elliptical trainer for the whole pregnancy, so my muscles were really well, and I enjoyed it so much. First trimester was difficult. So my message is wait. Don't panic. Just wait. It will go away. Eventually. at one time or the other, even if it's really difficult to live with it for a certain period of time. Then was my labor. Alors, so I really wanted a home birth, but we lived in a home that was terribly difficult to heat on my little girl. That was really cold, and in the morning, and it was such a cold place that I thought to myself, I can't give a birth in the place like that. It will be impossible to make it warm. So we decided to move in January. So from January we are here. And the labor was programmed for 1 week later. But my little girl went exactly the weekend when we moved to the new house. So it was a very challenging time. I went to the hospital Thursday morning at 6 o'clock. I was already dilated to 5. Look, it was great. So they told me directly to the labor room. But I was so cold. It was a very cold day this time. They gave me some blouse, hospital blouse. You can't have your own clothes down the labor room. And I was so cold and so hungry because they don't give you any food. I had some mine, but they don't let you have any food either. So I was a little bit scared, hungry and freezing. They offered me a bath. It helped a lot. But from 6 o'clock to midday to noon, I had no progression. Everything stopped. I had contractions. I had the work was on, but I didn't progress any centimeter later. So about 1 p.m. we decided, both of us, we asked our guys, we asked in the if you want to, I was afraid of that, but I decided to trust, and I took some epidural. It was wonderful. It warmed me up so much that at 6 o'clock I gave a wonderful birth to a wonderful baby. I felt everything, but it was not hard and painful anymore. And it was a wonderful birth. It's her father that received her in her arms. She was really very living, very conscious already. She sucked really well from the start. And we had a wonderful equipe as well, wonderful team at hospital. Everything went so smooth. Just that I took the epidural finally, eventually. The only problem is that they gave me antibiotics, 3 shots of antibiotics in the epidural. And I didn't think about that, I didn't know about that exactly, and that's why my digestive system just crashed out after that. 6 months later, I still couldn't digest a lot, and I lost all my labor kilos, but I lost 9 kilos more, so that's why I'm so thin now. But with a raw food diet, I just after the labor, I went back directly to the raw food. I couldn't even stomach anymore the cooked food. I didn't have any more cravings for that. I was happy with that as well. Then I will talk you in other video about breastfeeding challenges that we had, about our little girl, and why it was a little bit difficult the first 6 months. But now everything is okay. I'm gaining very slowly a little bit of weight. I will, if you are interested, I will talk more about my diet, the diet of my daughter, how I'm healing from this irritable bowel syndrome and Crohn's disease again, because I was just feeling such awful after these antibiotics, like almost 20 years ago. So the journey is back here. But I trust my body. I know that it can heal. I feel great. I have an enormous energy and lots of milk. But I will talk about that if you want a little bit more later on. Please comment below. I hope that it was not a mess, my story, and that you can understand something from all that. If you would like to know a little bit more about me and about my journey, please ask your questions. I hope that you will enjoy it. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to share a raw vegan message to the world.